Hi everyone.
Hi.
So welcome back to our channel, and today's video is on new men's fragrances that are available in August.
Yes.
So we wanted to share 3 with you today. They're all quite different, but they're all very exciting.
Yes.
So do you want to get started?
Why not? What shall I start with? I think I'm going to start with Dunhill. We have talked about Dunhill before on a previous video. I think we talked about the original Dunhill Icon, which is this silver bottle. But launching this month, we have a new version in a black bottle called Dunhill Icon Elite. So I'll just have a look at that there. This fragrance is one of my favourites for the new fragrance launches in our brands that we work with this month, because when I've been training this, it's had such a good reception. It's a great looking fragrance. It's really masculine, it's really weighty. The Dunhill logo on the top just looks really smart. It doesn't say Icon anywhere, you just have to...
It's like an accessory, isn't it?
Accessory.
Dunhill accessory.
And the fragrance, so for... thank you. For Icon, the original, it was quite an unusual aromatic fragrance. This one is a kind of fresher, more dynamic, masculine version. You've got a really lovely kind of aromatic note of sage in there, a blue sage actually, which sort of gives it a sort of smooth aromatic. But then you've got fruits.
I feel like it's more citrusy. Yeah, definitely.
The first thing you get is lime and bitter orange and bergamot, all like playing a medley at the beginning of the fragrance.
It's really nice, actually.
Really gorgeous.
It's so good when we do these videos, because sometimes I know these things and you forget, don't you?
You do.
And I'm like,
It has got pepper.
Yeah.
So there is a spicy note to it. Black pepper, interesting in a fragrance, black pepper, because we've talked to perfumers before and they say that it's quite unwieldy. It's quite difficult to work with as a perfumer in a fragrance. But the black pepper in here works really well in a kind of warm yet invigorating kind of way. And then also, as the fragrance just dies down, you've got this lovely kind of woody vetiver mix with a sort of, I want to say like a suede note. So Dunhill, we know as a house, they're very famous for their leather goods. So I quite like all of these Icon fragrances in the line. They have a leather note in the base. And this one's kind of a soft suede leather. It reminds me, you know the feeling of chamois leather?
Yes. Okay,
so you know the chamois leather that you use to polish the car?
Soft and battered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not battered
Maybe I
like
shouldn't
chips.
say that.
Battered like, you know, used.
Yeah. Comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's a great fragrance. It's very wearable. I think a lot of guys that I've sprayed it on love it because it's quite easy yet still masculine and still assertive.
Yeah. I'd say, like, if you found the original a bit too aromatic-y, like sagey, and if you found the Absolute maybe a bit too oody and heavy, then this is good.
The original, I've just reminded myself of it, is quite medicinal.
Yes, I always think that.
In its first notes. And the Icon Elite hasn't got any of that.
No. Love that.
Okay.
Very nice.
There we go.
So, shall I show you something new?
Why not?
I'm so excited about this. I love this. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this already, but if you haven't, I think you're going to just love it. This is...
The bottle is the thing.
The bottle is amazing.
Yeah.
This is Long Vow de Cartier. I'll try and give you a bit of a closer look there. So this is a brand new men's fragrance from Cartier. It's not part of any existing line. It's a completely new creation. Long Vol means to take off, like the take off, to take flight. And it is a fragrance about surpassing your dreams, surpassing your destinies.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like real kind of inspiration.
Yeah.
And Mathilde Laurent, who's the perfumer, was inspired by the pioneering, dream-like thinking of the Cartier brothers, who founded Cartier, and also the aviator Alberto Santos Dumas, who was
he's really linked to
very
the house.
linked to the Cartier house, and again like a pioneer of aviation. So that's the aviation link, the takeoff, flying.
So successful, adventurous, entrepreneurial men.
The bottle is amazing because it's meant to look like an ampule.
Yeah,
so
it does.
The reason behind it is so they wanted the bottle to look like it was floating. So they combined the technique of tableware glass making, so like wine glass making, with bottle making. And it means that you have, inside here, you can touch the ampule, which is floating inside the dome.
It's very clever.
What is brilliant, and I have to say, this is the 100ml size only that looks like this. The smaller sizes, they're a bit more like a traditional glass bottomed bottle. But what is great is that the 100ml is refillable. So you can go in and you can twist like a light bulb and it pops out and there's your ampule.
Who knew?
And then you can buy a new one of that, and so you can just
really
refill
good.
it. It's actually really good value as well.
And Cartier have quite a tradition in refillable bottles. They were one of the first in the industry, I believe, to actually produce refillable perfume bottles. And I like refillables, as you say, great value.
Exactly, and
it's quite a nice little
exactly.
thing,
It's
isn't
just really nice, and it's not gimmicky, but it's like something different, a talking point about the fragrance. And then the top, it doesn't have a lid; it just twists up and down like that for when you want to spray. Let's spray. So,
I'll do it.
Okay. When I talked about the fact that it's an ampule, Mathilde Laurent, who is the in-house perfumer at Cartier, was inspired by, in terms of the smell, the idea of mead, the drink of the gods. So the kind of ale,
like ambrosia sometimes.
Yeah. So it was what they would drink kind of before going into battle, or to make them more godlike, to give them courage. And so that's why it's in the ampule shape, but also it's the smell. So it doesn't smell like beer or ale, but it smells like honey because mead is made with honey, and it's that sweet smell, and obviously the colour looks like honey as well. So Mathilde Laurent's very secretive in terms of giving away ingredients, and she doesn't do the whole fragrance triangle thing. She'll just give you a couple of like impressions of how it smells. So honey is one, but then in terms of making it feel like your head's up in the clouds, it's a milky musk note.
Oh, okay.
So it's very soft.
Yeah, it's almost soapy.
Yes.
And in a good way. It smells clean on me, and I don't know that it's like having just sprayed the Dunhill Icon Elite, which feels very citrusy and bright.
Yeah.
This hasn't got that sparkle, has it?
Completely different. It's very like just kind of like a cloud, like a soft piece of cotton wool, like soft.
It's very unusual.
But it's also very masculine, so don't be put off by thinking, oh, it's honey and musk. That doesn't sound very kind of traditionally masculine. It has a lot of gaiac wood in it, and the gaiac wood is actually quite bold and quite a kind of solid wood, and a really good base that means it's long lasting. Well, actually, the other thing about it is an eau de parfum.
Ah, yes.
So nowadays, actually, it's more popular for houses to launch fragrances in an eau de parfum for men, which we never used to see before.
No, we didn't.
So it means it has a really good concentration, and it does last a really long time. Let's just show you the box as well, because you might not recognise the box if you see it in store, but it's in this lovely blue-grey colour with rose gold kind of copper highlights on it. So
nice.
That's Long Vow de Cartier. I'd love you to go and have a look at this in store and let us know what you think, because it's really unusual.
It is, very different one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Long Vow de Cartier. One more to do. We're on the brand of Jimmy Choo, another one that we work with a lot. And this is the intense version of Jimmy Choo Man. So Jimmy Choo Man Intense. Same bottle as the original. Very similar. This one's just a little bit darker. This shape is like a sort of antique hip flask shape, which again sort of very masculine in its connotation. Now I know it says intense on here. I've got no skin left.
I know.
So I'm gonna spray it up here, okay? But it's not as intense as some of the heavy, heady, eau de parfum intense men's fragrances that you find at the moment. So yes, it's got some strength to it, and it's a lot less fresh and green than the original Jimmy Choo Man, which has got sort of lots of pineapple leaf in it. This one is got a lovely kind of floral oil called Davana flower. And the oil of the Davana flower gives it that sort of slightly mysterious edge. It's got something that's quite unusual again about it.
Quite sweet.
But and I think this is why I don't feel like it's heavy and heady and intense like some of the masculine fragrances on the market.
It's really nice.
It is lovely. Lavender is in there, a traditional what we call fougere ingredient.
Is there there's melon or something, isn't
there?
Yeah, well, I was going to say there's a weird fruity note there. Actually,
exactly.
I can smell a bit.
It's honeydew melon.
Yes, it's like a sweet. Yeah.
It's a really wearable fragrances. I think all the Jimmy Choo offerings are really wearable. I like the fact that it's an intense version because the other one is quite fresh and can be quite light. So it gives you a sort of alternate choice if you just want something perhaps that is for the evening or just something that's more intense for the day.
Really nice fragrance. So go and have a try of that one as well. Let us know what you think. So that's our roundup of new men's fragrances at the moment. We'll try and keep these videos coming regularly, ladies and men's. Give us some comments if you've got any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. That would be great.
And if you have, thank you very much.
Yes. We'll see you all soon.
See you. Bye.
Bye.